into one of these schools. Another benefit of joining your school in United States of America is upon completion. There are a lot of industries and a lot of companies that will be ready to absorb your skills and intellect. So, in other words, job will not be an issue. Of course, to say the least, there's also quality of education, research opportunities, because if you are doing research somewhere else, most likely you will have to order something from the United States and it will take you a while before you get whatever you need to your lab or to your school, and then you work on it. So it will take a longer time, and there are a lot of financial aid. So these are, as I said, to name a few reasons why somebody will really consider United States of America. Now, what are the general requirements? The general requirement varies, right? They varies by program, they vary by school. But in general, first you need to get uh, a CGPA of 4 out of 5 minimum. Now, some people might get an admission lower than that, but it's highly unlikely to get a scholarship with a CGPA less than 4. This is in the Nigerian system. Now, if you study not in Nigeria, or if the metric is out of 4, then they would like to see the minimum of 3. Now, if you have 4.5 minimum first class, you stand higher chance of getting um, an admission. And this should be reflected on your transcript. Now, there are two ways of getting transcripts. Some school will accept the transcript you get from your respective universities, whereas some schools will require you to tell your school to send it to them directly. Unfortunately, due to a lot of fraud in admission, some schools are no more trusting the transcript you present to them, right? Because some people can just go and manipulate the transcript. So that is why they are telling the schools to send it directly. And I know since I'm Nigerian, this could be a pain, because if you go to your school and say, well, this university want me to send transcript, first, who do you even start talking to in the school, and how will this go? So, as recently, they are trying to find a way to ease this process in the United States. Secondly, there is proof of English, right? So you will need to be able to speak English, and there are exams like TOEFL, IELTS that cover those exams. Now, I want to make a note here. Some universities have started to accept Nigeria as an English educational country. What this means is, if provided your documents, your degree is from Nigeria, they will not ask for proof of English. But not all schools are like this, so you have to be careful, especially if you are going to teach, because you might get a teaching assistantship where you are required to teach. And if that is part of the requirement, then they will really want to see English. TOEFL in particular, the speaking should have very high point because you'll be speaking. The next item I have is letter of recommendation. So if you are still in school, be very nice to your professors, be very nice to your lecturers, because you will go to them and ask them that, please, I need a letter of recommendation, right? And they will write you a letter of recommendation. Now, if they know how to write a letter of recommendation, that is fantastic. If they don't, I know it's Nigeria, they might be reluctant to tell you that. But if you have never had them writing any letter of recommendation to anybody, and then you might actually indirectly, in a political manner, try to engage with them to see if they will be able to write you a good letter of recommendation. Why am I saying this? Because letter of recommendation is one of the strongest documents that the professors look at while you apply. If you have a very unprofessional, um, letter of recommendation, it might end up hurting you instead of helping you. Let's say you ask a professor to write you a letter of recommendation, and the professor write, "Well, Abba is a good student, and that's it." They don't want to hear good student because they know everybody that is applying is good student. So they have to be very specific regarding your capabilities. Of course, good is expectation, but then you have to be exceptional, maybe in your skills. I don't know, let me take mathematics as an example. Then they can say the level of hard work you put is exceptional. You already engaged in higher mathematical classes. Like they have to go beyond the regular, you are good in the later. And this is, I repeat, is one of the biggest document. We really consider letter of recommendation as very serious. But this is not under your control, so it depends on the lecturers you have to write for you. But something that is completely under your control is statement of purpose. You have to write why do you want to get a master's or a PhD in these schools. I know Gamji Educational Forum help people in this way, so you can contact us, and um, for those of you that do not know that, you can contact us and we can pair people to help them um, secure such a good statement of purpose. But I will say this: Gamji Forum will not write you statement of purpose from scratch. If this is what you are thinking, forget about it. Don't even talk to us. Write your statement of purpose. Read over it over and over again. Take it, give it to your friend or your teachers. Let them read it, make the first and second correction. Then you contact people in Gamji, and we will find people in the areas that you are writing to help you shape it better. So Gamji can do this, but not write you a scratch letter of sorry, a statement of purpose. No, you have to put 85% of the work, and then we put 15 to make it complete. So that is that. And then you need to you need to complete an application form. Generally, this is online. And mostly this is not free, so you have to pay. There's always an application fee. And to say the least, there's a CV that you need to put. Now, the CV also, Gamji can help you with it if you have written it and it's clear and it's good. You just want somebody to help you, a professional to help you say, yeah, this is good or bad. We can try to pair you with someone that will do that. But you don't tell us, hey, Mr. W, I need a CV. No, we will not do that. We don't know you. We cannot write you a CV from the scratch. That is not our job. Remember, we are mentors. So we're supposed to see your where you are lacking and help you improve it, not to build you from scratch. All right. Now, regarding the application fee, I know once some people hear application fee, they'll be like, oh, wait. So there's money, we have to pay money. I don't want to do this. And this have scared a lot of people, especially from the north, from applying to such things. We're like, oh, I have to pay $40, I have to pay $60 to apply for one school. Unfortunately, that is true. But most school or some school have waivers. Example, University of Alabama last year, there is a week where they waived the application fee. So anybody can apply for free. And most schools have these waivers. So you have to be following on social media those schools international. So let's say you have 10 or 15 schools that you want to follow. Go to Twitter or your favorite social media, search for that school international student office or international student services, something along that line, and then you will find their page, follow them. Then they will announce to you the week that they will have free application window. They do this for people that because they know not everybody can afford the 50 to $60. Um, but since they also want people to pay money, they don't always announce it. So you have to follow them. You have to follow Gamji and such other educational rooms or forums like this, in general, they tend to get this inside information and share it with people. So I advise you to do that. Now, this is graduate students. For undergraduate, you need your transcript, you need TOEFL too. Some school require SAT, SAT, WAEC, and JAM. These days are becoming very common too. So for undergraduate studies, these are the requirement for those that are interested for such things. Now, at this juncture, I will give a general advice on how to do your application if you are really considering United States. The first thing you do is you research your options, right? What do I mean by research your options? First, you know yourself. I want to go and study mathematics. Fantastic. So then you have to search which school have good mathematics. Now, all schools are rated from top to medium to low. I will advise you to apply to each category based on your confidence. If you think you are the best in the world, apply to the best school. We want to see people like you in the best school. But if you lack confidence and you think, the top is too top and I cannot afford to get in there, you can save your money by applying to the medium and slightly lower schools to increase your chances of getting admission. And then you do the finance, you check, how do I get scholarship? I will talk a little bit more about scholarship, but in general, all schools have their scholarship. And let me say this, almost all PhD programs are funded. Almost all PhD programs are funded. So if you get admission to a PhD program, most likely you will not pay a penny. Masters is not true. Masters, most of them are not funded. Now, there are a lot of things that people do not know about United States, and I want to emphasize. If you have a first class in a university in Nigeria, first class, 4.5 and above CGPA, right? What is it called? 1-1 or 2-1? I forget the English, the British version of first class. But you get what I mean. You can apply to a PhD program directly. Please take note of this. Those in the audience or those that watch later that have first class. If you have a first class, you don't have to do a master's. There's a reason. In the United States, with a first class, you go and start your PhD, but it will take a bit longer. Instead of just 4 years, they will do 5 or 6 years. Why is that? Because it's a joint program. After 2 years, they will give you a master's automatically, and you have an option to stop. So you can stop with that master's, or you can continue through PhD. You see, so for those that are worried, well, you just tell us that mostly there is no scholarship for masters. For those that have first class but only want to do masters, now you do not hear this advice from me. You can apply for PhD, and once you are done with your masters, you can withdraw from the program with your masters, and you get funded, right? So you can really go through that way. But this is advantages for those that have first class. If you don't have first class, then it's really a bit more tricky. Because yeah, it's very competitive and you're competing around the globe, remember. So and then the next thing you apply, right? You apply, do the application process after you decide on the school and the program, and then you do your visa and then you go to the United States. Now, what will boost your chances, right? So what will boost your chances is this. We will share, for those that are interested, you can contact Gamji Educational and Mentorship Forum. We will share a template of an email where you can send to the professors. I will have to warn you here to be a bit cautious. Don't just go look at all the name of the professors in an institution and send all of them the same email telling them, hey, I want to, like, the template will send you. That will hurt you. Pick people that you think, yes, they are close to what you are interested in. Let me take example. Computer science, but if let's say in computer science, you really like, let's say, cloud computing. I'm giving an example here. So then you go to the department, look for the professors that are doing research on cloud computing, and then you send those professors only the email, not the entire department of computer science. Because if you send the entire department of computer science, they will think you're not serious. So you don't even know what you want. Why are you sending everybody? Everybody is working on different things. But if you want computer, let's say cloud computing, then the group in cloud computing will come together and say, well, there is this guy Abba. He sent us an email. Actually, he looks very interested. Or maybe you will in the meeting, 2 or 3 people might say, actually, I want to work with him. Once a professor decides to work with you, that is the golden ticket. It's a confirmed admission and funding, but you have to reach out. Now, you might write an email and they never reply. Let me tell you this, we see it. We do read the emails, we might decide not to reply for different reasons. But if you send the email and then you apply to the department, even if no professor reply your email, you have higher chance than those that never send an email in the first place. Because it's very likely that those professors that did not reply your email are the same professors that will review your application. And they already have a first-hand information about you before the application. So whenever there is a need to, let's say the balance is there is a balance between you and somebody else, they will likely go for you because they know you ahead of time. That is why I'm advising you to send an email. Those that are interested in that template, I repeat, you need to contact us, then we can share it with you. Okay, what is the period of application? In general, this varies by school, right? Different schools have different time, but the portal are open in general September, October, all the way till December. That is when you apply. And then you hear from the school around March, April, May, and then they will send you a document to do your visa, and then school start in August. So this is the US system. They have fall and spring semester. You can apply to join in fall semester, that is starting in August through December, or you can apply to start in spring semester, that is January through May. But the application period in general is September through December. And the best way to get this information is to check the individual schools. Since the US is too big and there are about 4,300 universities, there is no uniform system of applying or securing an admission. Not like many countries. US, they tend to have different, give freedom to schools and institutions to do things the way they like. That is why there are no standard way. And mostly or almost all the time, the method of application is online. So nobody should tell you, give me $1,000, I'll get you an admission. Well, they might, but they will do the same thing that of what you can easily do, which is go online and apply. But there will be application fee, as I said. So what could boost your chances? Really the big thing that could boost your chances is first contacting people, right? Contacting people through email that are in this institution, that are in this program that you are interested in. So you should contact them, write them an email. Um, Most likely they will reply. Even if they don't reply, fine. So let's say you don't want to contact them. Okay, you can contact, every school have director of graduate studies or director of admission. Every school have these offices. If you don't want to contact the whole department, you can contact that person and tell them this is who you are, this is what you want. Now, when you contact them, please, in your email, you should attach your CV and all your degrees, right? Attach your CV, attach your transcript, attach your degrees, right? If you are going for PhD and you have masters, you should put masters and undergraduate. And should put the name of the schools you attended, you should put your CGPA and everything. That is how, when they know you are serious, and they can use it as an evidence to talk to other people that they think might be interested in you. Right? So this is one way to do it. The other way is make sure you have a very, very, very good letter of recommendation. Now, the quality of your letter of recommendation depends on two things. Either the person that wrote it is a very good writer in terms of writing a letter of recommendation, or is a well-recognized person in academia, right? So let's say in BUK, that in your department there is this professor that is well known. Always he's in France, he's in Germany, he's in US attending conferences, he's a big shot, so he was in the newspaper sometimes. If you can get a letter of recommendation from that person, to be a win for you. But in general, those people are much like are busy, right? So then, how do you get letter of recommendation? If they are teaching a class, you take their classes and you do very well. Professors always notice students that perform very well. Okay. One last thing that I will say before I move back to the host for any question or clarification. What are the notable scholarship? Well, unfortunately, with the United States, they don't have a very standard scholarship, but there is one by the United States government, which is Fulbright. I don't know if you have heard of it. Fulbright, Fullbright, Fulbright. It's a scholarship for all departments except medicine. You can Google it and go through their documents. Another one for the women in the audience, that is AAUW, International Fellowship. This is a fellowship just for women. There is a lot of incentive in the United States to have more women in higher education. So if you are interested, you can check that. There's also Rotary Peace Fellow. This is for just University of Duke and North Carolina. And there are two scholarships that are particularly for Africa. That is AGA, AGA Khan, KHAN Foundation International Scholarship. And there's also MasterCard Foundation. And for more opportunities, including this list I just said, and much more, Dr. Buhari just shared a link in the chat where you can explore this kind of opportunities in the United States. I would like to stop here. I'll go back to the host if he has question or clarification, and we can continue from here. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you so much, Dr. Abba, for a wonderful presentation. I would like to also share more light on what Dr. Abba said. This scholarship, it is very important, especially those who are willing to go and study abroad. It is very, very important. There are a lot of opportunities whereby only few individuals utilize that opportunity, especially those in the southern part of the country. We discovered that, like what Dr. Abba said, these recommendations and processing fee and rest hinder us or stop us from applying these scholarships, which is very quite unfortunate. So I strongly advise our audience that they should make use of these opportunities whenever they have the opportunity. Like they are approaching September. Most of those scholarship intakes usually started September. So I think I will advise those who are willing to study abroad, they should join our platform, that is Gamji Forum. We normally post all these opportunities, either through WhatsApp or through Telegram. So these opportunities are there we used to post all those opportunities on a daily basis. So I would advise to For those who are not in the platform, should join. Then, like I said, this important uh, opportunity is uh, is uh, is very key to our nation development. Sometimes when you travel out of the country, you see things, and you come back home, you change the narrative, you change so many things. So I believe for those who are about to graduate, that is for undergraduates, for those who have graduated, or some of us are even lecturers in various universities, can apply these opportunities. So like I said, it's dedication and hard working that determines getting these opportunities. Sometimes because of the processing fee, somebody will start the application and will stop. Some they will ask for recommendation later, and if he doesn't know where to get it, then he will stop. So in case you encounter this problem, kindly contact us. Gumti is always there to support you. Gumti is always there to help you. So I believe if you are serious, you can contact Gumti in case you have one or two challenges, because we normally advise people on how to develop or write recommendation letter, or even the article. Sometimes we even pay for the article processing fee. That is for the processing application fee. It's not always. So, but I will advise, if you are really interested, you can join the platform, and there are ample opportunities for that. Then lastly, I'll open the uh, session for Q&A. You can unmute yourself and ask any kind of question that you want to ask, or you can even write on the chat box. If you cannot talk, you can write on the chat box, then we can answer you. So the session is open for questions and answers. If you want to talk, please raise up your hand, then we'll call your name, then we'll allow you to talk. Thank you. I hope you can all hear me, right?
I can hear you.
So is there anybody that is willing to ask anything?
I've seen few people raising their hands. So I've seen
Okay,
Abbas,
okay.
I've seen Abakar raising his hand. So I'll go in that order.
Yeah, okay,
Abbas,
Abakar. Okay, Abbas.
Abbas asked
Okay.
Then
first.
Abakar.
Yeah, then
Good
Abakar.
morning.
Good
Good morning,
morning.
Mm-hmm.
sirs.
Yes,
Thank you for this rare opportunity.
you're
I came
welcome.
to know about Gamji Scholarship Forum just this morning. One of my friend, a colleague of mine, that shared the link with me, and I'm so impressed and I'm so happy that this kind of opportunities exist. I've been having the courage and the zeal to apply for universities, but most of the time I'm always stuck because I don't have guidance. I don't have somebody who will guide me and help me to direct me in how to apply. But I think with these initiatives, I think any challenges I have, surely I will direct it to Gamji Forum, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they can help me and make me achieve my dreams. Thank you for the opportunity. So
Mm,
during your presentation, you mentioned that there's a scholarship called Fulbright Scholarship.
yes,
You mentioned that they give scholarship or in exception of medicine, or I didn't hear you well.
yes. So they have assumption. They have scholarship for all subjects, all areas except
Hmm.
medicine.
Okay,
Yes.
medicine and dentistry.
They just say except medicine. So I don't.
Oh,
But I think
okay,
so. The system of
okay.
The United States system in medicine, dentistry
Hmm.
also falls also under
It's
medical
also for
school.
under course. Okay.
So that is also an exception. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then for us in medicine and dentistry that does not have that have unclassified degrees,
Mm-hmm.
how do we input our degrees? If you want to say you want to put, since you don't have a CGPA that is classified,
Mm-hmm.
how do you go about if you want to write your thing to put it?
Yeah. So for medical related graduate schools,
Yes, sir.
they are aware of the categories you are in.
Okay, sir.
So in the process of your application, you just tell them, example, you graduated with an MBBS, So that is it, because maybe you don't have a CGPA to prove it, but you have to tell them the courses you take, you pass,
Yeah.
and then in your CV, that is where, because for those people that have such degrees, it might appear as if they have a disadvantage, but your CV will do most of the talking, because
Okay.
you guys have housemanship there, you have
Yes, sir.
this NYSC there, you have that there,
Mm.
which also are all practices. So then once you
Practical
put it in
skills.
your CVs, they will see that okay, you are really a medical doctor and you are practicing this and this and that. So that would give
Okay.
you extra advantage.
Extra
And
advantage. Okay, sir. Okay,
yes,
sir.
and they are completely different. Medical graduate program are different with standard graduate program, so they do know that your degrees are different with others.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, you're welcome.
And sir, how often can we have these webinars?
Well, that I will redirect that to Dr. Ali or Dr. Buhari to answer your question.
Okay. So that,
What is the
Well,
question? Sorry.
The question
what
is,
is the,
how often are we going to be having this kind of webinar?
okay, let
Oh,
me, uh,
it
we usually
depends,
have,
but normally just keep with us on our social media. So whenever we have a webinar, we used to inform our followers, and actually we used to organize on a regular basis and on a diverse topics. So just keep in touch with us on our social media, and then you will be updated with our activities.
oh, okay.
exactly.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes,
And apart
Abaka.
from this, apart
Oh,
from this,
sorry.
let me also add, sorry, apart from this kind of program, we normally organize other programs like
Oh,
training and workshops. So if you're following us on
okay.
the social media platforms, you will see our poster. Anytime we have a program, we normally
Mm,
send our posters to various platforms, including Twitter.
okay.
So we are all in social media. So you can check us. If you search Facebook, you see us. If you have, you
Mm,
can send us your contact. We can add you on the WhatsApp platform.
mm, okay.
Mm.
Okay, sir. So we'll do
So
that
the
on
next
the
person, the, the
comment
next
section,
person
sir.
is our Abakar.
Yes.
Abakar, the floor is yours.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalam.
Good morning to you all, and thank you for organizing this very informative session. We are very grateful for that. And I have three
Welcome.
questions here. I'm a final year student of computer science, I think one semester to graduate. In this my case, can I start looking for some scholarship there in US, maybe for MSc or direct PhD? As I have at least 4 point plus the CGPA scale of 5. That is my first question. And the next question is regarding those with HND. I heard that those with HND too, maybe like in US, they have like the chances to apply for direct PhD. So I want Doctor to clarify more on this, please. Thank you very much.
Okay. So the first question is a student right now, a final year student with a just CGPA of 4 plus. Can he apply? Yes. One thing with the United States, something I find very interesting is, which is the difference between United States and other countries. You can apply even before you graduate. Okay, you can apply as a final year student before you graduate. You can do that, but you have to let them know that you are about to graduate and these are the final classes you are taking. Yes, you can apply. And you can apply for, if you have a first class, you can apply for direct PhD. If you don't, you can apply for masters. Yes. And pertaining the second question, which is HND, HND is really a degree itself, right? It's just higher national diploma, but it's 2 plus 2, so it's 4. The reason why it's okay is because US have something called community colleges, and they do like ND, right? They just do diploma, and then if you go to other colleges that complete the program, then you get similar HND, even though they call it degree. So they call it associate degrees for just the diploma, and then if you do the higher, it becomes just a bachelor's degree. So HND, if you have very good score in HND, you are as same as somebody with very good score with degree from the point of United States. They will grade you based on the merit of the document you present. You might have to explain to them a little bit why you do not have the classic degree. And the best way I would say it is, that's why you should contact people in Gamji Forum, because there are always people with information to help. You explain it in this way. You tell them that your diploma is an associate degree from a community college type school, and your HND is the completion of the degree. Once you put it that way, it will be very clear to them what that means, and you will not be harmed with your application. I have seen and I have heard people with HND got scholarship in the United States, so you should not be discouraged.
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the next person is who again? Sapiano Suleiman. Sapiano, the floor is yours. You can unmute yourself and ask. Sapiano, can you hear us?
I think he's having issue on the meeting.
Okay, let us go to another person. Somebody
Yes.
sent, I think, Zaitun Bakabi Sunosi. I don't know whether it is a male or female. Zaitun Bakabi Sunosi. He's asking that,
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, good morning to you all. Thank you for organizing this webinar. Please, could you send us PhD draft proposal for guidance? So, Doctor, I will allow you to respond to this.
PhD draft proposal for guidance. Okay, so she's talking about the statement of purpose, right? I think that's what that means. Yes, of course, Gamji can we can through Gamji or myself, I can send it to my colleague at Gamji Forum, and they can share it with the audience for sure. Yes, we can send the draft, but be careful with the draft, because draft is meant to give you an idea. So don't use the draft verbatim. Take the draft, just remove the things that you think is not relevant to you, put it, and then you send it. That could hurt you, because if everybody in Gamji do the same, then you will not stand out. So of course the draft will help you, will guide you to do the right thing. But be careful, don't copy and paste exactly. Use it as a guide, not as the main platform. But yes, I will try to send few to Dr. Buhari or Dr. Aliu, and then they will share it within the Gamji forum. Yes, we can do that. And I think there is Abbas, AVVAS. He has been raising his hand too.
Doctor, in addition to what you said, Doctor, she's asking for a PhD draft proposal. So which area are you? I don't know.
Yeah,
Because
that's why I said
proposal.
yes.
If truly it is,
She's actually yes. So then
if
it depends on exactly. You are definitely right. Thank you, Dr. Aliu. It depends on really the area, right? So if
yes,
but if she wanted to be for her own specific case, I think the best thing to do is contact Gamji, and then we can try. She said economics, so there you go. So I think, yeah, you see, Gamji could try to find people in economics that are best fit to send her such proposal. Oh wait, she's
exactly.
thinking of proposal, so she's already doing a PhD, right? I see, proposal. Well, yeah, I think Gamji should help her. I think this is, yeah, I think we can discuss in the forum and see if we can find people. Yes.
Yeah, she can contact Buhari only.
Yes.
Then we will channel, because we have mentors that actually guide all these things.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we have it across all the different fields.
Yes.
So we
Yes.
can channel her request to anyone of
to the to the right
yeah,
mentors.
yeah.
Yes,
So
that's
so
very good.
exactly.
Yes,
So the next
great.
question is uh Sapiano, can you unmute yourself and ask? Sapiano,
I think he's
unmute
busy
yourself.
talking without muting himself.
And has been raising hand. Okay, let's move to another person. Uh, Abasani, are you still raising your hand?
No, sir, I've spoken already. I'm not raising my hand
Uh,
again.
Not there
oh,
are two Abbas. There's another one which is Abbas Sani. Not I don't know if I think there are two Abbas there. One with a V, one with
Abbas
a
Khalid
B.
was the one that spoke before.
Okay.
okay, is there anyone that is willing to ask again?
Yes,
Or
that's
if
the
you have
next
anything
question.
to add, you can ask, or you can even the chat box. Let's see whether chat box. You don't have any question in the chat box. Most of the questions are Buhari will respond to them. People are asking, can they join the platform? Buhari, I think you can respond to them maybe in the chat box.
I think he
Well,
has. He put some of the link.
so is there anybody that is willing to ask? The floor is yours. If you want to ask, you can unmute yourself and ask, please. Because it is better for you to ask if there is anything that you are not clear with. So kindly ask, then we'll respond appropriately. Nobody. So before we move to the next in our agenda, I would also like to chip on something that is very, very key and important. I want to call the attention of our participants that the issue of scholarship needs dedication and hard working. No matter how, don't look at your CGPE. Like doctor made mention of 4 points. Or you can, when you have a below 4 points, even if you have 2.5, there are still opportunities for you. And if
Yes.
you're following us on if you're following us on the Jamji platform, we normally post those kind of opportunities.
Yes.
And for those who are willing to go to either Canada, Australia, there's what is called IETS exams, that English
Yes.
proficiency exams. So you
Mm-hmm.
need to write that exams before you go to that kind of place. So I advise you, if you have a country that you're willing to go, you can kindly contact us. Then we'll advise you appropriately before the time. To at least have
Yes.
the requirements, have the documents on ground before the time, so that when the time comes, you can just apply. Then, especially in the Asian countries, they don't need this IETL,
Yes.
all those English proficiency exams like Malaysia, Brunei, China, and the rest. So there are available opportunities there, and I think their requirement is not as strong as other countries like US and the rest. So we also post that kind of scholarship opportunities in our platform in those areas like India and the rest. So especially those who are willing to travel abroad for this opportunity, they should kindly follow us on daily basis. We normally post things on daily basis. Any slight opportunity we have, we post on the platform because that's the only place that we can share the opportunity. So then, secondly, I also advise you people to to get really prepared. What I mean by to get really prepared is when let me share my experience with going to China. When I traveled to China, I went to China. The school I went, I only see few people, especially from the northern part of the country. There are only few, but the southern part of the country, there are a lot of people. A lot of people. I was like, what is the problem? Is it that we were not aware of this opportunity or not? Then I began to ask individually, like, you, how did you come here? He said, I came here through a friend. This one will say, I came through a friend, through a cousin. This one will say, I came here through, the channel is, he knows this opportunity through somebody. And he applied, some said even they even borrow money to pay for processing fee. Some said they even borrow money to pay for this. Since some said even somebody borrowed me. Some said I went to even bank to collect loan because I want this opportunity. But you discover that our own people, the northern part of the country, this opportunity will come and they will not utilize it because of one or two reasons. The reasons simply are uh, some will complain about processing fee that is less than 50,000 and you are using a phone of almost 150,000. And somebody will complain that the recommendation letter, he doesn't know where to get the recommendation letter. Some will even say the character that is, like in China, you need to get like a police character report. All these things, they are not hard, they are not difficult. It's just about dedication. So I encourage you people to apply any document that is difficult for you. You contact us. We are here to help you and to support you. We went there through somebody, so we are here to assist based on what we can. So I will advise all of you to be very dedicated and very hardworking in terms of application. Because don't just start application. Like in China, you can spend 2 days doing the application. It's very complex. The processes are very tedious. So some will start, you fill this in, you upload this, do that and that, and it is sometimes somebody will just get away uh, through the process, you know. So and you people should be some. We even had a complaint that somebody got the scholarship. They sent him an email, but he didn't even know. You understand? He doesn't even know. He didn't even check his email regularly. So some even got the opportunity. They applied. They went through all these rigorous processes, but they don't check their emails. Some they will even ask if you add another document, and the time will elapse, and they didn't get the scholarship. So I will also encourage you people to be when you apply for these things, you'll be checking your email regularly because always communicate through email. So this is very important things that you people need to consider. And at last, like I said, uh, we have opportunities across different areas of specialization. Even if you are reading Hausa or language or Arabic, we still have opportunities for that. If you want to go and read language, like in China, if you want to go and read languages in China, they will accept you, they will welcome you. In fact, after you finish the language classes, in fact, they can employ you. So
Yes,
if you can
I,
keep
I,
if you can,
I have a
if,
friend
if,
that is doing a PhD in Hausa in New York. So just
yeah,
to
yeah,
say
yeah, you
yes,
can see,
yes,
you can see.
yeah,
That is it. I have a friend that went to China just to read language.
yes,
Now he finished. Now he's working, and his
yeah.
salary is more than a commissioner. He's
Of
collecting
course,
almost 6 million naira per month
yes,
because he was privileged to study the Chinese language. So now he can speak Chinese. He even is working in one of their radio stations. So now, so all these things, no knowledge is useless. Any opportunity,
no,
anything that you
no,
want, you can apply. So there are a lot of opportunities all over. It's just that the education is very important. Education
yes,
is very, very key to application because don't just start something that you cannot finish. If you know you're not willing to apply for all these opportunities, don't even start. Why we
yes,
encourage on these opportunities is because when you travel, there are two advantages when you travel out of the country. Number one, you acquire experience. You will see world. Number two, you have acquire knowledge. Then number three, you get money. When you come back
yes,
home, you do a lot of things with the money. So these three advantages are key. So that is the reasons why we always encourage people to apply, especially the young graduates. Once you graduate, you have a lot of
yes,
opportunities. And those in the academia, they also have opportunities. When you travel out, when you study out of the country, when you come back home, you impact, you make changes. You see the differences. So this is the reason why we always encourage you people to apply for all this. And it's not difficult. If I can get Dr. Ibrahim can get it without knowing anybody, you can get it. Nothing there. It's
yes,
nothing like you can do it. It's not
yes,
It's nothing like difficult. It's a very simple thing, but you just need to be dedicated and hardworking. You really need to be very dedicated. That is just the truth. So all these things that you're seeing, the maybe $20, like Dr. Ibrahim made mention of, when you're applying for this scholarship, uh, you pay maybe $40 or $50. They just want to see your commitment. What they are going to give you is 1 million times what you're going to
oh yeah,
get.
of course,
So,
yes,
so, so it's just for you to see the level of commitment. Are you willing to come? That's why they put that money. Some they will just apply and leave it. For those
Yes.
who paid, it means they are ready to come. So that is the reason why they put that money. So sometimes it is $20. Though $20,
Hello? I think Doctor's connection has an issue.
uh, so
Yes.
so I will Buhari, Dr.
Yeah, but
Buhari. I don't know whether you have. Okay,
yeah, but I
okay,
can
then.
add a little bit about what you said before, maybe.
Okay, okay, you can add. Mm.
Yes, yeah, really what he's saying is very important. The key to the application process is the resilience. If you are not willing to go through the system, you might get nothing. It's possible that you put your document, everything nice, everything fine this year, you apply, you get zero opportunity. And if you become discouraged, you never apply. This is not the attitude of the people I met back in the United States. Every school I go, there is always some people from Nigeria, but there are hardly some people from, what I mean. So then that is the issue. Then how do you fix it? How do you fix this issue is dedication. Go and pick, like, ask Dr. Buhari, Dr. Aliu, ask me, ask anybody in the southern part of Nigeria that is outside. Is it easy to come here? They'll be honest with you, they'll tell you, Wallahi, it's not easy. So then, why? How did you manage to come? Why do you come? Because of the resilience and dedication. You apply, you did not get it this year. You publish your CV and document. Apply next year. You don't get next year. Apply the following year. Be resilient. Be dedicated. Show commitment that you want it. Then you will get it, inshallah. Take it back to Dr. Buhari if there is anything or question or clarification he wants to add
Okay, Dr.
further.
Buhari. I think maybe Dr. Buhari can chip in something also about Gamji. Maybe you need to, because I discovered that there are new members. So maybe you can at least give a brief introduction about the function of Gamji and rest.
I think you guys have said it all. Uh, I think I'll just going to thank you, Doctor, on behalf of Gamji and also on behalf of the audience for this wonderful presentation and guidance on the scholarship opportunities in the United States. Uh, I can speak with the mind of the audience to say the presentation is very informative, and also the advice and the guidance of also for the host is also informative. We are very grateful and thank you very much for usual contribution to Gamji Education and Mentorship Forum. And for the audience, like we already narrated before, if you have any question or if you have any uh, guidance on your proposal or on your CV or on your personal statement and statement of purpose, you can always reach out to Gamji. And inshallah, we have several mentors on various fields that can help you reshuffle and guide you through your applications. And also, like my colleagues have said, it's not an easy journey for scholarship application actually. So you have to be resilient, as Doctor said. Uh, you have to do it over and over again. We all have our chances and we all have our faith. Some may apply only one time and he can get it, while some has to apply several times before he get the chance. So you just have to keep going. What is sure is when you are applying, then definitely you are going to get it someday. So thank you very much once again. And I think there are some. I see. Okay, he is not longer raising his hand. It's okay. So if I think if there is no any question again, then Dr. Ali Isaac, we can wrap it up and then close the meeting. Okay, I see Abdul Aziz Sabu has raised his hand. You can ask your question, and I think from that question we can just round it off.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And I really want to thank Dr. Abba Ramadan for this wonderful presentation. And I also want to thank the Gambia Forum for organizing this wonderful uh, initiative. It's really dedicated and it's really learned a lot from the presenter. And there's something I would like to add regarding the CD statement of purpose that you mentioned. You know, there's these mobile apps that are commonly
Sorry,
available
Abdul
on
Aziz, you are not being audible well enough. Can you repeat your question? Or you are not, your voice is not clear actually. We cannot hear you clearly.
media. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you
Yes.
now.
Thank you
Go
very
ahead.
much for organizing this wonderful presentation. We really learned a lot. And there's this question I would like to ask regarding the CV and statement of purpose. We usually come across with these mobile apps on Play Store that you can write your CV or statement of purpose. I don't know, are they such reliable, or are they something that you can use to write your CV or statement of purpose that will be considered, or that will be, you know, that you can use to apply your scholarship? Thank
Well,
you
thank
very
you,
much.
Aziz. Thank you for the question. I see your point. So you know, technology can be harmful or useful. It depends on how you use it. So my advice on those kind of thing is, you first write your CV the way you think it should be, then ask the app or whatever to write a CV for you. Then you compare and contrast. You as a human being that know yourself best, which one do you like best? Is the software better than what you think you want? And then you remember there's always Gamji also as an advanced software because these are human beings. Then you can send it also to Gamji to help you decide. So you can use it to get some idea. So let me say this: use it to get some idea. Don't use it as your main thing. Oh, just put some information. You get the CV from the software, and that's it. Oh, I have my CV. No, you should use it as a guidance, and then you can edit whatever the software is giving you to get a better CV. I think this will be the right approach because the technology could do a good job. So that is why I don't want to say, oh, no, 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 don't use it. No, it's not the right advice. Use it to some extent. Excuse me. Yeah,
Thank you
but
very
that is for CV. But for statement of purpose, I'll say no. Just don't use it. No, don't use it for statement of purpose. No, because if you say statement of purpose, computer science, it will give you the same thing to give 1 million people, and you will never stand out. Remember, the goal is for you to be different.
Thank
Yes,
you very,
doctor.
Doctor. I think this is where we come to the end of the meeting. Ali Isaac, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
So I think maybe we can just round up.
Well, yeah, I think this has finally come to the end of this meeting. Dr. Ibrahim, on behalf of Gomji, we sincerely thank you for this insightful uh, advice and presentations and so many things. So, on behalf of Goji, I would like to express our gratitude for finding time to come and share your experience and opportunities with us. Thank you so much. And we wish you a safe journey. Dr. Ibrahim is traveling back next week to
Yes.
US because he's in Nigeria. So we wish you safe journey, Allah's
Thank you.
guidance and protection. So Dr.
Thank you
Ibrahim,
very much.
please, if there is a lot of, we channel some of our mentees to you. for guidance and for advice. So,
Yes.
Dr. Ibrahim,
So,
there is opportunities, please. Not necessarily in here. Can kindly share the flyer or the opportunity to us and
yes,
channel it to our mentees. So thank
I'll
you so
do
much.
that. Yes.
Thank you. We are so much grateful. And
Yes.
inshallah, when we have another time again, we'll invite you for another uh, presentation. Not necessarily scholarship. There are other, we normally organize workshops and seminars on softwares and the rest. So,
Okay.
Dr. Ibrahim, we would like to maybe invite you again when next there is available time for you to share maybe or to teach us one of the softwares you learn abroad
Yes.
for especially our lecturers here in Nigeria to at least understand how the system works. So
Well,
thank you
I'll
so
be
much.
more than happy to do that. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. I will hand over the session to Dr. Buhari. Dr. Buhari, over to you. Thank you so much for at least closing remark and closing prayer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, to our host for the wonderful hosting, and also, like I say, thank you very much once again, Dr. Abba Ibrahim, for having the time, even though you are on your vacation, but still you spare us some time to be with us and also guide our younger ones in order to see how they can secure scholarship opportunities in the US. We are very grateful once again for usual support to Gamji Educational and Mentorship Forum. And as Ali Isaac said, maybe in time, if there is any other webinar that we organize, Allah will be very grateful if you come back again and teach us some one or two things. And then to
Inshallah.
our audience also, we thank you for having the time to be here with us to listen to us. And also, I encourage you uh, to listen to what our Abul Mentor has said in this webinar, and also try to implement in your scholarship application. It's not difficult, it's easy. People are doing it. A lot of people have already did and they are successful. Then there is no, or there is nothing that can prevent you from being successful in it also. So thank you very much. And if you have any further question or guidance, you can always reach us in our social media handles such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well as our email. We also have a Telegram account. I shared the link already. And also we have a WhatsApp group, even though the WhatsApp group, it used to be some close mentees, but I think now we can open the WhatsApp group for the general public. So thank you very much once again. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.